All right, my name's Tom McConaughey, and what I'm going to do is show you how another way to cut t-shirts. We cut the t-shirts into big long strings, stretch them out, and then we use those to make jump ropes eventually. But this is another way of cutting the t-shirts. So what you can do is start out and put the t-shirt flat on your mat board, and then we're going to fold it over till we have about 3 to 4 inches left over on this side. So I'm straightening up my hem down here at the bottom, and everything else is lined up. So my hem is lined up on the bottom, and I'm all the way across like this. I'm going to use a rotary cutter. Very important to be careful with these. This blade is extremely sharp, so you don't want to cut yourself. Make sure you have a safety that you can go up over it. I'm going to take this is just a plastic ruler. They're pretty inexpensive on Amazon to buy. And I'm going to go and tuck it against the seam. Make sure I have all the seam that I'm going to cut all that seam off, or the hem off the bottom of the shirt. Once I have it where I want it, I'm going to open my cutter and I'm going to go all the way across on the bottom. So now I have completely cut the hem off the bottom, and we actually use these then to tie up our jump ropes when we get done. So we save those to use for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my ruler. Again, we have right here's where our fold over is. We have about 3 inches here, pretty close to 3 inches right there. So I got about a 1/2 inch plus the width of my ruler is what I use for the width of my rope. So I'm going to just cut now only to the fold over. So I'm only going to cut to here. I am not going to cut this final part right here. So I'm going to cut, move my ruler up again about a finger width here plus the width of the ruler, and cut, and cut, only cutting to the fold over, only to the fold over, and we cut all the way up. I wanted to mention that this is a size small shirt. Sometimes it's hard to get the little shirts over top of your ironing board to cut them the other way. This one seems to work a better plan for cutting. Some of these I didn't get cut clear through. I'm just double checking them. Make sure they're cut. Alright. And I can get one more cut here. Right here's the bottom of my armpit. So I am cut all the way, and then these are cut, as you can see, all the way to where it was originally folded over. So I'm going to do is I'm going to move now over to the ironing board, because I think it's easier to pull this onto the ironing board for the next part. So I'm going to try and move this over, and hopefully we can get the rest of it from there. Alright, so here's my shirt. I'm just bringing it over here so you can see it. And what I'm going to do is start down here at the bottom where it is still not cut clear through. And I'm going to put my hand in the neck hole up here, and I'm just going to drag this across my ironing board. Like so. And you can see that so this is what we want to do. You want to have it laid out like this. If I cut straight across, that's a no-no. Can't cut straight across. You'll just end up with loops of material, which is not what we want. What we want to do is to start at the bottom and take an angle up to the first cut. So we're going to cut here, and then we're just going to keep cutting these at an angle as we go. So I start down here and I'm just eyeballing these. If you want to put the ruler on there, you can do that. So the ruler would go like this at an angle, but I'm just going to cut that little bit. I'm going to eyeball it straight across. At first I was a little skeptical about having an angle for my pieces of rope, but it works perfectly fine. There's not an issue with it. They're just as strong as the other ways are. So here we are to our armpit right here, and this is where we're going to end. So I just bring this on over to my seam, and then I cut straight down, and that's the top of my shirt, and then this is the strand. Now all I'm going to do at this point is to stretch it. There's different ways you can stretch it, but you just need to stretch the material and it will roll on itself, and then you can make the ball from there.